Hey there, how you doing? My name is Jeff Greathouse, and I am the Lutheran Campus Ministry Chaplain at Southwest Minnesota State University, which is in Marshall, Minnesota, which is in the southwestern part of the state, about an hour and a half away from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I wanted to show you this little video just to give you a little bit of idea of who I am and a little bit about my faith journey and what I think a little bit about the scriptures that Kendra had shown to me. So first off, my name is Jeff Greathouse. I am married to Stacy. We have been married for 21 years. I have 4 children, Isaiah, who is 17, Jacob, who is 16, Summer, who is 15, and Bethany, who is 12. I am currently sitting in a dorm room at California Lutheran University in Thousand Oaks, California. I am here for the National Lutheran Campus Ministry Staff Retreat, and so that is why the blank wall is behind me. And so let me tell you a little bit about my faith journey and what caused me to go into youth ministry and college ministry. So when I was growing up in junior high and high school, I was always fascinated with numbers. And I always thought that I was going to be an accountant, a CPA, but all that changed. And all that changed during the summer of my sophomore and junior year of high school. I was at camp. The camp was Elkhorn Valley Christian Service Camp. And I was dragged to the camp. I had not been to camp for probably 6 or 7 years, but a couple of friends wanted me to go, and so they literally dragged me to camp. I was not happy at all. But by the end of the week, I really enjoyed the camp experience, and I really enjoyed the relationships that I had built with the friends. And some of them said, "Jeff, would you like to come back? There's another week of high school camp." And I said, "Sure. I would love to come back. There are some really cute girls here." And so I came back to camp. And the second week of camp was a fantastic week of camp. And at that camp, there was a pastor there whose name was Dennis Arnold. And for some reason, there was something that he saw in me. I have no idea what it was, but he saw something. And he said, "Jeff, at the end of the summer, we're having a special week of camp. And it's a discernment camp, leadership camp, learning and seeing if you would be willing, able, and feel called to go into ministry. Would you like to come?" I said, "Well, let me talk to Mom and Dad, and I'll see." And so I went home, had the conversation with Mom and Dad, and they said, "Sure, you can go on the trip." And so I went on the trip. And on Thursday night, while I was at camp, I was sitting on the campsite, right there up on the hill. Campfire was going, conversations were occurring, and I really felt these pulls on my heartstring. I really felt God saying, "Jeff, are you willing to go into ministry?" And as I was there on the hillside, I was kind of remembering Isaiah, the prophet. And as the conversation with God, the angel, and the prophet was occurring, Isaiah said, "Here I am, Lord, send me." And that is what I did. And so I stood up and I made that commitment that I was going to be in the full-time ministry. That was in 1988. So in the last 27 years, I've been on this most wonderful journey. That journey has taken me through college, where I received a degree in Christian education with an emphasis in church and family life. That has taken me to seminary, where I received a degree of master's degree in ministry with an emphasis in church growth and evangelism. It has taken me on the journey of trying to plant a church in Atlanta, Georgia. It has taken me to realize that through that journey that there are a lot of churches who do not develop leaders. And so I went in and entered a degree in organizational leadership development, trying to help churches reach their potential. And since that degree in '99, I have spent 16 years in full-time ministry, 9 of them in the ELCA, which I currently am at, and 7 in the United Methodist Church. All of them have been developed and working around as far as youth, college, and family ministry. And currently in my position, I have a dual role where I work with the college students 20 to 25 hours a week on campus, and then 20 to 25 hours a week I work with junior high and high school students. Today, as I was looking through the passages, there's definitely one word that stands out, and that is love. And I think that that is the word and the key word that needs to be focused on as far as at the convention, at the retreat that you're having. For us to truly realize God's command of loving God and loving others. And so when I lift up those two passages and see the messages in the center would be on how it truly can be of us being able to love God and love one another. I'm also reminded, as I am here at the convention, that Martin Luther, one of his things that he had talked about was that the fruit of the Eucharist, communion, was the act of love. And today was a day that the Supreme Court announced that marriage would be for all. And that is part, I believe, of love. And for us, we really need to learn how that we can welcome, we can love, we can affirm each and every individual. And sometimes that is very difficult. So how in the world are we, and how are you as high school students, going to take that onto your campuses, be that embodiment of Christ, and truly love one another? Tonight, as I was walking up to receive the Eucharist, the lady in front of me had a tattoo that said, "Love like Jesus." And for us to live out the Scriptures, we truly need to love like Jesus. I thank you for the opportunity for me to be submitting this video of about 7 minutes, just to give you a little bit of myself and to show you a little bit of the key word that I would focus on. And then also just to let you know that I do have a connection with the Northeast Ohio Synod. I have served in the Northeast Ohio Synod for 4.5 years. Back in my early days in 1999 and 2000, I was with St. Jacob Lutheran Church in Massillon, Ohio. And then most recently, 2007 through 2010, I was with Zion Lutheran in Worcester, Ohio. I hope and pray that God will continue to bless the ministry that is occurring at the Northeast Ohio Synod, and that this assembly, that this retreat, that this ministry will continually be blessed, and that God may shower His love and His